Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, I want to talk about some Gen 1 evolutions. Yeah, that's right. I want to talk some EVs, because frankly, ladies and gentlemen, things are going weird, and I think there are, and by think, I mean I am very, very confident in my prediction. This isn't some like random, well, it might happen. I really, really think it's going to happen, that there are currently unrevealed EV products which are coming in the near future, which we are all definitely going to want because they are going to be awesome. So, why are we talking about the EVs? Well, it all comes around to Evolving Skies, and we've talked about Evolving Skies, and we've talked about this before. And the fact of the matter is that the Gen 1 EVs over in Evolving Skies, things have gone just a little bit weird. So, for instance, if I want to get the Pokémon Vs, I have to pull the full arts. In Evolving Skies, I can get the full art of Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon. They are in the set, I can pull them. If I want to get the regular art, however, I have to go and buy those tins which are coming out in a not too distant future. There's a Flareon, there's a Jolteon, there is a Vaporeon. And the regular art versions of those three EVs can only be gotten in these tins. They have taken the regular arts out to put in these tins. And that's not particularly unusual. I'll give you a couple examples in a minute where that's been done before. What is, however, extremely unusual is that they have taken the alternate arts out. So again, those three Generation 1 EVs, your Flareon, your Jolteon, your Vaporeon, if you want to get them, only the full arts are available in the set. The regular arts have been taken into tins, but the secret rares, the alternate arts, the special arts, call them what you will, they're gone, ladies and gentlemen. They have just disappeared. And again, this is not the kind of thing we would expect. Now, taking regular Pokemon Vs out of sets, this happens. Alakazam was removed from Vivid Voltage. It should have been in Vivid Voltage. It wasn't. However, it was put in its own box, and the full art was left in. There was no alternate art Alakazam. Vivid Voltage was the set before these alternate arts started. So let's have a look at Galarian Rapidash instead, which makes a better example. So Galarian Rapidash should have been in Battle Styles, but it wasn't. Galarian Rapidash got taken out of Battle Styles and put in this special box. But both the full art, I said Battle Styles, I mean Chilling Reign, I'm sorry ladies and gentlemen, definitely Chilling Reign. But both the full art and the special art both ended up in Chilling Reign. And again, this is where it all gets confusing. Because yes, Galarian Rapidash got taken out of the set to be put in a promo product, makes perfect sense. Yes, the full art was left in, so far so similar, but they left the Galarian Rapidash special art in Chilling Reign. So, something's going on. Again, I've made this point many, many times, but if you want to predict the future moves of a company, you need to look at the past moves of a company. Because generally, companies tend to figure out a way to work and stick to it. So we know that Pokemon will remove regular art Pokemon Vs and leave the other versions in the set. They've done it a few times. But they always leave the other versions in. So frankly, at the moment, we are just missing these alternate arts. But it's not just them. Because, of course, over in Japan, they had that, or actually, I think it's still going on, that competition where you have to write a report about a game of the Pokemon TCG that you've played, and if you are selected, 300 lucky people will win a set of the Generation 1 alternate art Eevee VMAXs, your Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon. Incidentally, that's the only way they're being given out, and that is harsh. We have also had confirmation that they are being given out at tournaments over in Hong Kong. But again, these are prizes, and they are still going to be very, very rare indeed. So how are they making their way over here? Now, these are also being removed from the set. The regular VMAXs are in the set. We know that. That is confirmed. Pre-releases have happened. We've all got those leaflets now with the set list on. We know for a fact that these are all in the set. That's just confirmed. We know this. And this in and of itself is a little bit weird, of course, because they weren't actually in the set proper over in Japan. They were in that special Eevee Heroes VMAX box, but they were popped in our set as was expected. Now, there are no rainbow rares of these for Eevees, and I mean there are no rainbow rares. They're just not there. Because the rainbow rares don't exist. There are no rainbow rares, so that makes perfect sense. We're okay with that. Fine. But where are the special arts? And there is an argument to be made here, a pretty strong argument to be made, that, well, hang on a second, Wassy, they were promos over in Japan, we'll get them in some other place. And you're right, I think we will. So the VMAX alternate arts, because they were promos and they were released a little bit later, it does make sense to leave them out of Evolving Skies and give them to us later. But it does not make sense to leave out the special arts of the Pokemon Vs. So I've been having a think, and as far as I'm concerned, there are new products coming. Now, there is one flaw in my logic, we'll get to that at the end. But as far as I'm concerned, there are two potential options coming. Option number one, which I think is the least likely, there is going to be this really special set with all three of the special art Vs and all three of the special art VMAXs, which would go down as one of the best releases ever and people would adore it. I think that's too much for one box. Option number two, and this is what I think is going to happen, and I have no insider knowledge of this, I have no proof of this, let me be perfectly clear, this is complete speculation on my part, but like I've shown you so far, the VMAXs were not in the set, that made a little bit of sense, but the special art Vs being taken out the sets is weird. The only reason to take them out the sets would be to put them in something special. So I think we are getting a Flareon product, a Jolteon product, and a Vaporeon product, and each of those products will have the special art V and VMAX. Now, it sounds a little bit too good to be true, because I would buy them all in a heartbeat, and I have made absolutely no secret of the fact that the Flareon VMAX special art, the Okacheke art, is one of my very, very favourite cards ever, and I am gutted that it is basically impossible for me to get the Japanese version. I have not got that much money. So there's clearly an element here on my part of wishful thinking in wanting to get this Okacheke artwork in a way which is affordable. I understand all of this. But I do not see any other reason to remove these cards from Evolving Skies. There has got to be a plan. And look, there's going to be a video coming in the not too distant future about Sword and Shield 8. The short version is that over in Japan it's a single set, 100 cards rather than 140 you'd see in a double, and there's no mini set to chuck in. So Sword and Shield 8, whereas Evolving Skies is a double set and a mini set, Sword and Shield 8 is just going to be a single set. So it's going to have significantly fewer cards, which means they're probably going to use it to catch up on all the cards that were cut from Evolving Skies and Chilling Reign, which means that the ratio of ordinary rares to nice rares is going to be very, very high. So it would make sense to dump a few extra special arts into Sword and Shield 8 to make the set a little bit better, because I do think they are going to have to catch up on all of those cut cards, and I think Sword and Shield 8 is going to still be a pretty big set, but the number of secret rares, etc. is going to be a lot lower. But I don't see why you would cut some of the Gen 1 Eevees to put in Sword and Shield 8, while leaving in the full art Vs, and putting the regular Vs in tins and leaving in the regular VMAXs. That does not make a huge amount of sense. Cutting all the Gen 1 Eevees and putting all the versions in Sword and Shield 8, that would make sense. Just cutting the special rares to put in Sword and Shield 8, I'm not buying it. Sword and Shield 8 is going to have a much lower amount of secret rares, and if they include all the cards cut from Evolving Skies and Chilling Reign, which I think they have to, it is actually not going to be that much smaller of a set. And I don't even really care. I still don't think this makes a huge amount of sense. I think there are going to be special products for the Gen 1 Evolutions where the special arts are being given out. And I know that sounds like an amazing product, and it definitely sounds like wishful thinking on my part. But my question to you is, if these special products are not being planned, and once again, this is pure speculation, I have no inside knowledge, it just makes too much sense. If these products are not being planned, why did they cut the special art Gen 1 Eevees from Evolving Skies while leaving in the full arts and putting the Vs into tins. I don't understand why they would do that. That is not in keeping with what they've done before. Now, we could look at something like Shining Fates, and Shining Fates should have had full art Marnie in, because it was in Shiny Star V, the equivalent set over in Japan. But the fact of the matter is, for whatever reason, Pokemon decided to take Marnie out, and then we later found out that it was put in that Marnie Premium Tournament collection, and it all made perfect sense. This was exactly what they were planning all along. And this is more proof that what Pokemon are willing to do is cut these really good hyped chase cards from a set and release them in products. And I was surprised by the Marnie Premium Tournament collection. I told you more than once on this channel that Pokemon do not have a history of releasing full art supporters as promo cards. Incidentally, Marnie, if I'm remembering correctly, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong here, but I'm fairly sure Marnie is the first time they've released a full art supporter outside of Japan as a promo. In Japan, they do it quite often. It's not that rare. But over here, it's extremely rare. As in, Marnie was the first time. And again, I could be wrong. There could be something else happening. They could be in Sword and Shield 8. But the thing to remember is, these cards were deliberately not included in Evolving Skies. And it does not make sense to just move the special arts into Sword and Shield 8. You would want to move at least the full arts as well. And so that only leaves promo products. And if we're missing both the special arts of the Vs and the VMAXs, tell me it doesn't just make too much sense to put them together. I could be completely off base here, but I have shown my working, ladies and gentlemen. I have explained in great detail exactly why this makes sense, and I honestly don't see any other thing they're going to do. I don't understand why these special arts would be cut for any other reason. But if I am right and these products are released, I'm going to be first in line, ladies and gentlemen, because these are going to be awesome. All right, then. That's my theory, ladies and gentlemen. But now is the time when I would love to hear your theory, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.